Hello, my name is Unews, and today I'm going to be talking about clan battles and why sometimes. Because right now, clan chest or clan battle chest, that kind of thing, I figured I'd kind of just go over why sometimes you feel cheated when you lose. I think that partially has to do with the fact that a lot of clan battle requires a lot of coordination. And a way to get better at clan battles is you could obviously do voice, but if you really don't want to do voice, you don't really need to. It's just getting a deck, getting together something who has a decent deck, and hoping that your opponent makes a mistake. This battle was a little bit ridiculous, and here we were at like 7 elixir advantage. And another part of the reason why it's so hard is because you also have to count not just your elixir, but also two other. It's not your elixir, sorry. You have to. It's hard to count elixir in this because you can't count just one person's elixir. You have to count two persons' elixir, and it's hard to count the rotation because you don't know who placed what card. So therefore, really counting elixir is almost impossible because you have one person who places all of those cards, and then you realize afterwards, and like your sometimes teammates will defend twice, and it's one of the best ways to play clan battles is to be the more passive person, because a lot of times people feel like they have to defend. So sometimes you do these ridiculous things. So you'll get, like before in the beginning of the match, you'll get someone who places minions, and then the other person will arrow because I have to defend. So you gotta get into this mindset, which is why I like to play passively. Before, in this example you just saw, my Capsman played a balloon. The balloon was at low health, but not so low that it was spellable. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna support it with Lava Hound. And that worked out really great. We got a bunch of damage on the tower. Here, this was great arrows, and it's all about using both decks. And here, at this point, he cloned this, which was the clone is the most ridiculous spell in the entire game. It doesn't actually do anything. And here, at this point, they were just hopeless, and they got 3 grand. So, a great example of good decks that work well together sometimes. And sometimes you just come up against opponents, but part of the great thing about clan battles is that it doesn't really matter. Who cares? It's not super competitive, and the reward is it's very mediocre. And this is mostly just to kind of have fun, chill out, be with friends or whatnot. And that's why I like this game mode. It's not pressure. There's no pressure. It's only pressure if you really make it to be pressured, which is usually what I like to do. Here, this was a ridiculous rocket. Thanks. Oddly enough, I would have expected more BM in this game mode, but there actually isn't. As far as BM goes, pretty okay. And here, this was a great matchup because me and my teammate had cards that complemented each other. So when you have cards that complement each other, it shouldn't be one person who's responsible for one thing. Okay, well, you do this. You have all of the defensive cards, and I'll have all of the offense cards, because it often won't work that way. And then it's better to have a better rotation, like a combined rotation. So in that respect, I don't really agree with that. This guy's just mad. But you need to have cards that complement each other. You need to work together. So your teammate plays a giant, you should play a support card. Or if your teammate plays an electro wizard, then put a giant in front of it, and some stuff like that. And that's what makes good clan battle teammates. Here gets an okay fireball, but as well as the fact that when you get swarm decks, you can absolutely overwhelm your opponents, because the clan battle meta versus the meta is very different. It's not quite as straightforward as, what does my opponent have? What do I have? You have to not just think about your opponent, you also have to think about your teammate and both of your opponent's cards, because then there's the ability to have so many more different cards, but also multiple of the same ones, which is something very new and something that people haven't quite gotten used to. Because while one of your opponents may have their Elixir Collector out of cycle, or their Musketeer out of cycle, your other opponent won't. So yeah, the gameplay is fun though, and that's why I like it. That's why I like it. So here he plays a graveyard. It's just ridiculous. In here, just playing it out. At this point, we knew we'd won the match. Plays a lava out in the middle because why not? So like, it's fine to let them take towers and stuff. I don't know if you actually get you don't get crowns, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. But whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of cards that are very different. I'll kind of go over this right now. So, Inferno Tower is pretty good. Graveyard is actually really good in this, surprisingly, because you have so much more elixir to build up big pushes for the graveyard. Royal Giant isn't really that great. I mean, cheap cards are really good because it helps you cycle. E-barbs are okay. Furnace is really good because there are so many. I look on Reddit and I've seen so many funny gifs of like people just 3-crowning people with like mass guard clones or mass fire spirit clones, and you take like 4 furnaces and you get like 20 fire spirits running down the lane, and then you mirror in fire spirit, you get fire spirits, and then you mirror fire spirits, and then you clone it twice, and you just have like 80 fire spirits walking down the lane, and your opponent just gets 3 crowned. Yeah, so there's fun stuff like that, and that's the point, I think, of this. I don't think this will ever, at least not for the time being, this won't ever be some super competitive thing. But Miner isn't as good, because once you take a tower, you've got 3 towers shooting at it, so Miner decks aren't that great. Tanky decks are pretty good, so anything with Golem in it, anything with P.E.K.K.A., like, most of the big tanks do really well. Executioner's good, Bowler's good, Tornado's good, because if you can activate the King Tower, you can drag stuff into the middle, have 4 cannons or whatever, 4 towers shooting at it, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I would say like tornado decks are good. Anything which like has to get close to the tower is hard to use. So things like Miner, like once you take a tower, it becomes really difficult. So I would say if you're gonna build a deck, you want at least one of the team to have something super tanky, like a Lava Hound or a Golem, because once you get that big push, you can make those 20-25 elixir pushes, because you have twice the amount of elixir on the map. Granted, your opponents also have the same amount of elixir to counter, but it's a lot more effective to get huge pushes, because you can actually get these huge pushes. In the meantime, I will also jump into a clan battle. So, like, your opponent may have, like, I don't know, Inferno Towers and Musketeers and whatever, and one of your team could have Lightning. And, yeah, and you can just absolutely destroy people, because even though there are twice the amount of cards on the table, okay, that'll be fine. Go, quickly, make haste. What? Why do people try and play there's double the amount of minions. Alrighty. Please just, no, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so he sends a Miner. So here, let's hope for good teamwork. So, like, he sent that Miner in. He knew that my graveyard had good HP, so he decided to try and go and support the push, which is really what you want to be doing in clan battles. Absorbing the bandit. I don't think that was worth it for 3 elixir. I'll put down a Mega Minion. Depends. If he plays something else into that, I think that's fireballable, but I'll play a Tombstone. Honestly, let's get stuff down the field. as well as the fact that having multiple buildings is good. You don't want only one building because you may have opponents actually, yeah, who have like ridiculous amounts of troops. So it can get pretty crazy. Oh wow, I didn't even know there was a tornado there. So many spells. Alright, so my opponent places down, or my teammate actually, jeez. Okay, so this is why the tombstone was working out. He plays the minion horde into the poison? What? I guess he tried to play it out of the poison, but still, that's a benefit. For sure. Alright, he's gonna play knight. That's fine. And whenever you're playing, always try and hover your cards. Because sometimes you'll get... Oh, he plays miner into that, I guess. Like, sure. Freeze is really good because sometimes you'll get huge freezes. Like, freeze has the potential to get so much more value. I guess we're gonna spell them out. Really? We're gonna be that low? Wow, Bandit is going nuts, just dashing around the entire map. What is he doing? And why is he doing it? We have this tower, for sure. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Alright, that was GG. So there you saw me and my teammate worked really well in conjunction. We had decks that could complement each other. And I did just say things like miner don't usually do too well. But in this case, because I had Lava Hound deck, it worked really well. He could take his miner and take from my Lava Hound. And he had cheap counters and Inferno Tower and such. So yeah, let's just hop into another match with Mango. Swarm units are really good. I mean, the meta isn't that different, but it is somewhat. Alright, what's my... Okay. And when people over-defend, you really want to punish them because... And it'll happen on defense, too. Like, you'll have that one time where you accidentally over-defend something, or... Okay, he just placed his poison. Alright, he's got that tanking. And they placed a tornado. Great value. So now I'm going to place my Lava Hound on that side. And if there's anything crazy, I'm going to put my tombstone down. Oh, really? I even hovered it. What is he doing? He just about rocketed nothing. Alright, now it's time for the graveyard. Alright, the graveyard didn't do all that much, but still got damage off. That was an interesting lightning. Very questionable by the opponents. Alright, I want him to play that miner. Oh, this is what I was talking about. That tornado is crazy. Because it gives you so many plays. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Oh, damn. Alright, that worked out fine. Yeah, I'm going to play my Lava Hound into the other side and hope that we eventually take that tower. I think we for sure can. I'm sure we can chip it down. Chip it down. Okay. Placing questionables. That's a great... Wow. That was crazy. And see, these extra towers do so much damage. Alright, let me just add arrows just in case. Alright, so now it's all about spelling them out without them spelling us out. What? They mirrored it? Oh no! No, it was so close. That was kind of unlucky. I guess we should have pushed into that harder. You don't win them all. It's okay though. This is mostly just about fun. For me personally, I know some people out there will be like, "What? You should take this seriously." There's like, I don't know, 100, like 200 cards on the line. It's not a terribly big chest. And some people do want it to be bigger, and I think if they made it bigger, it would defeat the point of having it being a fun game mode. I think right now this is kind of like the beta kind of test. This is still kind of working out what needs to be changed. Honestly, I don't think much needs to be changed. It's really fun and well thought out. And a lot of people thought, oh, well, aren't they going to have 3 bridges? And people want all this ridiculous stuff in the game, but, or at least I think all of this is, well, some of the stuff is ridiculous. Like, let's have a healer. Let's have heroes with magical powers. It just doesn't make sense for the game, and then you add all of these crazy variables to the game, and the game stops becoming fun after a while when you add too many crazy things in, and I think clan battles should just stay as a fun kind of thing. I don't think it should ever be something that becomes the ultra competitive part of Clash Royale, because I think it would add, and I don't think they'll add like a clan battle leaderboard or whatnot. I think it'll be part of something, like you get some reward or something when you get there, or there'll be like an extra bonus for being like the fastest to unlock something, or quickly getting your clan battle chest or whatnot. But I don't think it should ever become a super competitive thing, and many people will disagree with me, and that's fine. That's just what I personally think about this. And if you want me to, I will do a kind of guide on how to do better in clan battles, because for some people the most important part of it is winning. For me too, kinda. I like winning. Winning is fun. So yeah, you can, if you would like that, then expect it. By the way, I also got a magical chest the other day. Fun stuff. There will be a chest opening once the Night Witch comes out, but only when she does. And then we gotta hope for Bandit. Bandit, why? Why you no come out yet? Actually, why do I not have you yet? That should be the question, because you already came out. So yeah, I guess I'll leave this video here. Tell me what you think about clan battles, and if you have any decks. That would also be cool to let other people know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.